Hi, my name is Eleni Pappas, and I'm going to be making an instructional video on how to pitch a softball. What I'm going to show you today is the correct technique and how to pitch 5 different pitches: the screwball, the curveball, the drop ball, the rise ball, and the changeup. In softball, if you're a right-handed pitcher, your right foot's on the rubber. But if you're a left-handed pitcher, your left foot's completely on the rubber. In this technique, gripping the ball is very important. Unlike baseball, you put all your fingers on the ball. Now, to get your momentum when you pitch, you have to somewhat lean forward, bend your knees, then try to get out as far as you can with your push off the mound. Then when you come down, you must follow through while snapping your wrist, and then you drag your foot to keep the momentum going, and then you look towards the batter. When throwing a screwball, the only difference is your release point. When you release the ball, instead of releasing towards the batter and snapping up, you're going to snap and twist your wrist outside, so it gives the ball a spinning motion so the ball curves in towards the batter. Your follow through with your feet and the dragging is still the same, except this time you're going to twist your arm outward away from your body so it has a certain spin on the ball. The rise ball is a lot like the screwball, except instead of twisting your arm outward, you're going to twist up and out so the ball jumps from one plane to the next. It ends up at the batter's eye level. This pitch is usually thrown with no balls and 2 strikes because the batters end up chasing it since they see it down the middle. When throwing a curveball, you have to make sure that your arm gets across your body. Whether you're a lefty or a righty, it has to get all the way from one hip to the next so there's enough spin and rotation on the ball to trick the batter. Now, when you take your step off the pitching rubber, you have to make sure that your front foot is a little bit off balance with your back foot so you can have enough twist motion with your hips. There are 2 ways to throw the curveball. One, you can hold your hand under the ball like I'm showing in the video now and twist it across, or like I showed previously, you could throw it with your hand on top of it and giving it also a downward spin, like I'm going to show you in the drop ball, which is next. Now, when throwing a drop ball, you have to make sure you have a good catcher because a lot of the times the balls end up in the dirt. This pitching motion is a lot like the curveball, except when you go across your body, you don't go to the next hip. You end up in the middle where your belly button is because that gives you the downward drop. It also, instead of breaking up like a rise ball would, it breaks down, so it changes planes again, and the lower balls are always harder for hitters to hit. The changeup is one of the most versatile pitches in the game today. Depending on who taught you how to throw it, it depends on the grip that you have. There are 3 main ways you can grip the ball. One is you could put your index finger down and hold it that way with the last 3 fingers. The second way is all your knuckles. And the fourth way is you can palm it, where you're mainly holding it with your palm. Then you do the exact same motion you would normally do, and instead of snapping when you release, you just kind of let it go. Now that I've shown you the basics of pitching, I'm going to share with you a couple of pictures I have of my friends, Heidi and Hannah Penna, who are sisters. One plays for George Washington University in D.C., and the other one is going to DePaul this fall to be their starting pitcher. Even though these girls have been pitching for most of their adult life, their mechanics are still the same as anyone else's. If you notice, their feet are both planted on the ground equally the same way as I showed before, and their technique on how they start their pitching and where their release point is the same exact place I showed previously in my video. I hope these pictures help you guys. Thanks for watching.